Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds, and I have a diamond in the rough for you guys to meet today. His name is Jordan Bonner. He is a wide receiver out of Elon University. Nice to have you, sir.
Thank you. Nice to be here. I appreciate you for reaching out.
Sure, man, no problem. I do feel like you are a prospect that people need to get to know. You have a very unique story, and so that kind of takes you back. Obviously, you were a transfer from Purdue, which is
Right.
interesting. Obviously coming out of high school, you started there first. But dude, let's just go ahead and hear it from you. Let's hear the first of you as a collegiate player. So go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us where you're from.
I'm Jordan Bonner from Carrollton, Georgia. I went to Carrollton High School. I started out at Purdue University. I went there 2018, 2019. I transferred in the spring of 2019. Um, I had a little experiences of the big stage and what it's like to be a big time athlete at a big time school. It was a pretty cool experience. Even though it didn't work out for me, I still liked everything around me. I liked the process I had to go through. I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot of things that really helped me mature into what I am today. So I appreciate that experience and that process I had to go through. I
Cool.
transferred, yeah,
Well, let's kind of go back to those early years, and then we'll fill in a little bit of the blanks and stuff. Some with
okay,
some more information. So, said you're from Carrollton, Georgia, Carrollton High
yeah,
School.
right.
So let's go back to those days, man. And I know it's been a while, but I mean, what do you remember most about those days?
Um, I remember most of I just hard working, just putting in the work. I really wasn't worried about offers. I really wasn't worried about college. I was just worried about just playing football and my passion for my love for the game. And I was just letting everything else fall into place into what it is today.
Cool. Carrollton High School, also played some basketball there as well as some track. I felt like you really established yourself as a pretty decent track and field athlete, man. Very good sprinter.
Mhm.
I was able to pull up some information on you, 10 8 500, which is really awesome.
Oh yeah,
And then a 22 17 200 meter, which, dude, to me, those are really respectable numbers.
right.
So obviously, to some degree, some of that does, cross over into you as an athlete on a football field. But talk to us a little bit about those days of you running around a track.
So my mama actually he taught me in the running track in my 11th and 12th grade. She wanted me to run in ninth and 10th grade, but I was still stuck in playing basketball because I was playing AAU basketball. So I was traveling a lot playing basketball, and I really wasn't really thinking about my speed as much because I was just thinking I was fast. So I was like, I ain't have to run track. But 12th grade is when I started talking to coaches. So it really hit me like, you need to run track, you need to get faster, because it really does translate into football. So I was like 11th to 12th grade, I'm gonna run track, and it really helped me out a lot. I got faster, and it helped me with my conditioning. So it really helped me transform into a different player on the field as well.
Well, I mean, definitely great to be able to have a track and field background as a playmaker. Obviously, with the ball in your hands, you need to be able to, elude some people and,
Right.
really execute that speed out there. Obviously, you want to, get the deep balls and leave people in the dust as you're
Yeah.
running, which
Yeah.
obviously I know you've done in your career. So some really good numbers there again. Talk to me about the difference of you training as a track and field athlete and as a football player. How would you describe the difference?
So I would describe the difference as much as, football players, we lift a lot, and we're always in the weight room, we're always doing stuff in the gym. Whereas on the track and field, you're working on your conditioning, you're working on your breathing, you're working on basically your lower half of your body, because really your top half is really not much included in track because you use your legs the majority of the time, all the time actually. So
Right, right.
yeah, so
Um,
it was really just a transition between not being in the weight room as much and not slacking off in the weight room, but just toning it down a little bit so you can work on your lower half more than top half.
certainly gives you a little bit of an edge when you're obviously going to be, running your, drills and your pro day and such, because, you kind of train yourself as a track athlete in
All
order
right.
to run in a straight line. And a lot of these guys end up like weaving as they're
Right.
running their 40s, which really hurts them, honestly.
Yeah.
But cool that you have that in your back pocket as an athlete. I mean, certainly it's part of your resume as an athlete, which is
Yeah.
great. Um, Obviously, you put together some solid work there at Carrollton High School and got an opportunity at Purdue, which is, obviously who gave you your, first opportunity. So talk about your early days there, man. I believe you, did you redshirt like a year there or something?
Yeah, I redshirted my freshman year, and my in 2019 was my redshirt freshman year.
Gotcha. So, during your time there, I mean, obviously, you're not playing so much there because you're, red shirting and such, but I mean, you're still out there practicing.
Right.
Talk about your time there, maybe your, exchange with some of those guys. I mean, dude, I mean, you had a pretty darn good, system there. I'm trying to think, were you there with, what's his name? Aiden O'Connell? Is that who that?
Aiden O'Connell, yes, yes, I was there with him.
Was he throwing passes to you in practice?
Yeah, of course. Oh, it was actually we went together a lot in practice because at the time he was a walk on, so and I was a freshman, so we was basically going with each other. So yeah, he's what he is. He's what he is on TV for
Nice.
sure.
Who there was really one of the most impressive people that, really, I don't know if there was somebody there in particular that you got the most from, whether it be a coach or a teammate. Was there a person there that was impressionable that made an impact on you?
I would say Rondell Moore. Rondell Moore was one of the guys that came in and he really showed guys what it is, what it's like to put in the work and see it come into fruition. So I could say Rondell Moore for sure.
Oh, dude, definitely. I mean, you're talking about a guy who's like, I don't know, it's like a video game for him out there.
Yeah,
He's just a
joystick.
joystick kind of guy,
Yeah,
man. He's kind of hard to tackle that guy, find him, but certainly he's able to, find his spot there in the hole and,
yeah.
make great plays. So cool. Obviously didn't stick there at Purdue for whatever reason, ended up transferring. So walk me through that whole transfer process for you, because I mean I know sometimes that transfer portal is a friend and sometimes not. So talk through it.
So initially, when I went to compliance at Purdue, they walked me through the whole process and they actually showed me how many guys was in the portal. And when I looked at how many guys were in the portal at the time, it was 5,000. So you got to think about 5,000 athletes being in the portal and all the schools and all the coaches that's in season, well not in season, but at that time was probably playing bowl games or they were probably getting ready for playoff games. So you had to think about like what was your time frame be of sitting and waiting in the portal. So initially, my first reaction was to call my god brother. He was at Elon. So I called him. I talked to him. I asked him. I said, how is it at Elon? Do you like it? Is it family oriented? Is there a lot of competing going on? And he basically told me that it was exactly what I was looking for. Even though it was an FCS school at that time, I wasn't worried about FCS, FBS, or any conference name. I was just wanting to play and I just wanted to get on the field. So I called him and he talked to some of his coaches. And when I got in the portal, that's when I was able to talk to them. And they broke it down and they gave me a opportunity and they gave me an offer to come to Elon. So I just stuck with it.
Cool. Well, I mean, Elon's really not, a bad place to be. Let's be real. I mean,
Yeah,
for people that don't know, yeah, I mean, obviously in this, the Colonial Athletic Conference. So I mean,
yeah.
not too bad, right?
No,
Being
no.
in the CAA there. So I mean, very competitive conference actually
Yeah,
for people
right.
that don't know. I mean, of the people that I've talked to, I've told them that, dude, any team on any given day can really beat another or win the conference championship. I mean, if you just
Right.
want to go back in the past, I don't know, 5 years or more, like it's like a different person, like each
Yeah,
a different team each and every time. But you're competing against a lot of great talent. Um,
right.
And obviously, you come into the fold there at Elon, and actually have a pretty decent quarterback who's throwing you the ball there. First go around. So, talk about you kind of getting into the fold there, and I don't know, I guess building your relationships, amongst your teammates.
So when I first got there, they gave me a playbook. So it was each and every day that they gave me the plays that we was gonna run for the next day. So each and every night I do my homework and then I just stay up like basically to like midnight, just studying and watch and reading the plays and watching film and seeing what the guys was doing and how I could implement myself in this program and this in the in their offense. And each and every day they would see all the hard work I was putting in. They would see how fast I was catching on. So that really stuck out to them that I really cared and I really wanted to be a part of what they had going on.
Yeah, so this morning I reached out to one of my guys who helps us out with the Hula Bowl. He's affiliated somewhat with Elon, and so he had some good words to say about you. So I mean, he basically said, "Hey, this guy Jordan, he's a veteran. He's a team leader. He hasn't missed a game in the past 2 years. He's got good size. He's got good hands." What do you have to say about some of those things about being a guy who is a leader, who is a dedicated player? What's how does that hit you? I guess is the question.
Really just stepping out of your comfort zone. I'm really not a big talker, but I try to lead by example and I try to show it all the younger guys or all the guys around me that if you put in the work that you will see the work. You will see it happen. You will see everything come to fruition that you want to come to fruition as long as you put in the work. So I try to be vocal a little bit and I try to just I text guys, hey, I'm working out at this time if you want to come, or I'm doing this, I'm getting on the jugs, or I'm running routes today. Is anything I could do in order to show that I was a leader and that I could lead by example, and guys would follow me, and it would just stick to people around me, and it'd touch one person and it'd touch another person, and it'd have a whole group of receivers out there just putting in work and just getting better.
I mean, definitely a leader there who led by example, and you were actually the team leader in receptions this past season. So uh, certainly the ball's coming your way. So that's just to be expected. But let's talk about you as a prospect. I mean, obviously we're talking under the format of you getting into the pros, and that's obviously our conversation. So
Right.
um, you're a wide receiver. So a lot goes into that. You have to be, running precise routes and all that. So I want to get your, I don't know, your thoughts on maybe like, I don't know, what's your most favorite route that you like to run for your quarterback?
Uh, I could say, well, Elon called it a 57, but it's a post corner. So I say I like that route a lot because it's really just the deception of you selling your eyes to the quarterback and whipping it back out as quick as you can and going to the corner. So I say that route.
All right, cool. Sounds good. Well, let's go through this past season. So maybe perhaps not the you know final outcome that you guys wanted, but I
Right.
certainly feel like you finished on a good note. Winning against I believe it was Hampton. But talk me through this season, man. What did you get the most out of your final season of collegiate ball?
Really, I feel like from the time I got to Elon the my last season, I was like each year I was putting it together. I was putting it together. I was putting it together. So I feel like this last year everything really came together as one, and I feel like everything that I've been working on since I got there, I showed it, and I left some out there. I'm not gonna say I didn't. I did the best. I ain't gonna say I didn't leave anything out there, but I left some out there on the field. But I feel like over these past couple of years that everything that I've been working towards and everything that I've been working for, it came to fruition for me.
I mean, you're definitely building up your resume. I mean, obviously now being the guy who's the main target, certainly it's kind of hard to you know outdo Rondell Moore. Let's be real.
Right. Yeah.
So, I mean, you're in a position now where you had established yourself as the leader, as the go-to guy, and leaving your mark there at Elon. So, um, just before we move on, who there is left at Elon that you have made an impression on that we can look forward to watching next season?
Next season, Chandler Brayboy. I think that this is it'll be his 5th year coming up, and he's been there since I've been there. So we've been working together. And actually, when I first got there, we both played Z. So me and him was both competing with each other. Me and him was going back and forth with each other. So I can say him. I can say Jamarian Dalton. He's an upcoming guy. He really showed a lot this past season, and he really shocked a lot of people. But I feel like this year he's gonna do even better than he did last year.
Cool. Well, let's reflect a little bit on your overall career. When we kind of go through all of your moments, what sticks out the most for you? I mean, take me to maybe your favorite highlight, favorite game. Um, Walk me through one of those if you don't mind.
Um, Favorite highlight. I would say this past season, the catch I had against Monmouth, that was my favorite highlight. My favorite game would probably be the Richmond game. Even though we lost that game, I feel like that was a good game for me. I had pretty good statistics that game. And I could say the New Hampshire game the year before last. That was my best games I had that season. So I feel like those three are something that stick out for
Yeah,
me.
I didn't know which one you were going to say there. Part of me felt like you were going to say the Richmond game to some degree.
Yeah,
I know that that's kind of a good rivalry amongst you
yeah,
guys there. So obviously, if it doesn't go your way, yeah, I mean, I get it. But of course,
yeah,
statistically, a very good game for you. So
yeah.
cool. So I guess question is, man, since you have been done with your time there at Elon, what you been doing, man? Where you been training? Who you been training with? And how are you preparing yourself for an upcoming pro day?
So I've been training in Tampa, Florida with Cooper Performance. Josh Cooper, he's the head trainer there. And he reached out to me after the season was done and invited me and gave me an opportunity to come train with him. So I did my research on him and I looked at all the guys that he's worked with and all the guys that he's helped be the player that they are today. And it really stuck out to me. So I chose to go to Tampa, Florida and work out with him.
Cool. Anyone else down there at Tampa that you are working with that we might know?
I was working out with Sean Gavin. He's a receiver school on Instagram. He works out with all the top NFL guys in the league, and yeah, that's about it.
Cool. Well, nice to at least get a feel for what you're you know, I guess preparing for. I mean, certainly we've highlighted your speed, which I think does set you apart as an
Yeah,
athlete. I mean, you're going to be able to go out there, and I feel like your 40 is going to be pretty legit. So,
yeah, yeah.
I'm just going to throw that out there. But was there anything in particular about your game that you were specifically trying to get better at?
My change of direction. I was trying to get better at my change of direction. Really, just bending my lower half and working in and out of my breaks. Yeah, just being more precise and getting out of my breaks. That was really it.
Gotcha. Well, Jordan, appreciate you sharing a little bit about that. Next on our, next in this interview, I just kind of want to take some time to meet the guy under the helmet. Meet the guy who, when he's not doing football, he's doing something else. And I'm kind of wondering what that is. So, any hobbies, interests, or anything about you that you feel others might find interesting about you, special talents or anything?
I'm an entrepreneur. I have my own business, my own clothing line. So that's really, if I'm not playing football, I'm probably working on new ideas or trying to figure out what's going on in the clothing world that can stick out to others around me and that I could promote to people to in order to buy my product and get what I'm selling.
Gotcha. What did you get your degree in? I mean, I'm assuming that's kind of, helping you along the way.
I got my degree in business and marketing. So
Nice. Well,
yeah.
hey, obviously that's going to help you down the line right now,
All
of course. So that sounds good. Let me throw a couple other questions your way, again, just for fun. Favorite, let's talk about some favorites real quick. So hopefully just a quick little question answer.
Okay.
Um, favorite snack food?
Chips.
We mean you said chips,
Yeah.
like anything specific or
Uh, really, any kettle cooked chips or any like really, I eat all the chips. Like, I like to try like different flavors. So like, I really like all of them. If they stick out to me, I like them. So I think they like the ones with Jason Tatum on the front of the lake. Yeah, I like those.
okay, okay.
And they like
Um,
hot barbecue or something like that.
I definitely dig the kettle cook stuff.
Yeah,
That's something that I enjoy myself. Uh, favorite breakfast cereal?
breakfast cereal. That's crazy that you asked me that. I just got back from the grocery store. I say Honey Nut Cheerios.
Honey Nut Cheerios. You said you just got back from the grocery store. Cool.
Yeah.
You a big cook, man? You like to cook? Is that something that you focus a lot about these days with you and your nutrition and training and such? I mean, is that something that you're flirting around with?
Yeah, actually, that's something I'm starting to get into, starting to build my own nutrition and try to build off of what I was doing in Tampa and the nutrition that I was getting, trying to really just feed off and do the same thing. So yeah,
Okay, well, nice to start that trend. Obviously, get your mind right, get everything focused towards obviously being a professional. Which I know you've wanted to be a professional for quite some time in your life. Um, let's take things back once again, man. Who are you a big fan of growing up there in Georgia? Is somebody there that you've been following who perhaps plays your position?
Julio Jones when he
Of
played for
course.
Atlanta Falcons, yeah, Julio Jones or Muhammad Sanu. I kind of watched those two games, even though like they're like two different sizes, but they really have like the same type of play style. So it was really those two, Randy Moss for sure, Randy Moss, but that was really it. Those three
Cool.
guys.
I was going to ask you one more thing too. Again, non-football related, real quick.
Yeah.
Is there a celebrity out there that you would love to get a chance to meet, whether it be like uh, uh, an actor, a musician, or anyone of that sort?
Um, actor wise, probably say Denzel Washington because
That's
he's a
cool, man. I
yeah,
would definitely dig sitting down, maybe having a dinner with him and talking about all the movies he's been in. That'd be a
yeah,
whole lot of fun. So I
yeah.
could definitely dig that one. Um, again, here soon, man, you're gonna be doing a pro day, and definitely hopefully put yourself on the map with a darn good 40, man. And let's
Right,
just face it, you can't teach speed. You can help people with it, I get that, but if you go out there and you run well, someone's going to give you an opportunity.
for
Um, as we wrap up our time here, if you could just take a moment to talk to all those scouts out there, tell them why you'd make a great addition to their team, and tell them what they would be getting if they took a chance on you. Go ahead and close this out.
Oh, the reason why all the scouts out there, all of the coaches, all the GMs, the reason why you take a chance on me is because I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna sit there and learn. I'm gonna learn from the veterans. I'm gonna work hard every day. I'm gonna work when no one's watching. I'm gonna work hard after practice. I'll be after practice later on. I'll probably be one of the last ones to leave practice. I I have a hard work ethic. I wanna get better each and every day. I wanna see myself succeed. I wanna see others around me succeed. I'm a team player. I'm a leader. I can lead guys. I can motivate guys. Doesn't matter what it is, what I'm doing, what position you put me at. I can play any position on the field, defense or offense. And really, I'm just one of those guys that you just is got sneaky talent that you really just have to come see for yourself, and you have to take a chance on me to see it.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a guy who offers a lot, like you said. Again, team leader, professional, veteran, who is available, who can do a whole lot of different things, play special teams, get out there and really showcase your overall athleticism. Jordan, want to wish you very best of luck, and you take care of yourself, okay?
Appreciate it, Jimmy. You too. Thank you.
So once again, we have Jordan Bonner, wide receiver, Elon. Check him out.